Miss Lu is an official's daughter. If you help her, once she's back on her feet, she can buy your freedom.
Exactly. You make your money on your back. Spare some to help Miss Lu. Consider it earning some good karma for yourself.
I cut them off coldly. Since you're all such saints, why don't you take her in and support her? An official's daughter is easy to keep. Just buy a small cottage for her, get her a fine zither, and stock up on writing supplies. Before I could finish, the loud-mouthed woman cut me off.
Oh, please. This isn't a rescue. It's more like bringing home an ancestor to wait on.
Clara, you're overreacting. Sylvia has fallen this low. What airs can she possibly put on? She should be grateful for a meal.
Exactly. A phoenix in the mud is worse than a chicken. As she is, she's not even as good as the girls in the Crimson Lotus.
Their harsh words cut like knives. Sylvia's lips trembled. The last trace of color drained from her face. She turned as pale as a ghost. She even forgot to cry. I couldn't stand their hypocritical faces any longer. I turned and went back inside. In this new life, I will never help that ungrateful Sylvia again. In this life, I didn't save Sylvia. I thought our paths would never cross again. To survive, she ended up selling herself into the very place she despised most, the Crimson Lotus. Madame Rosa patted my hand with a calculating smile.
Clara, Sylvia is quite beautiful. She's skilled in music, chess, calligraphy, and painting. She has great potential. I'm putting her under your wing for training. Don't let me down.
After Madame Rosa left, I looked at Sylvia standing at the door. The sores on her face had been treated, now dressed in clean, fine silk robes. Standing there holding her zither, she showed none of the despair from that day. Only an air of haughtiness remained.
Clara, I'm not like you common entertainers. I'm not selling my body. I sell my talents. I only receive refined scholars. You handle the lustful ones.
I was amused by her words. Once a girl enters a brothel, who's really any cleaner? Besides, she has no reputation to rely on. She doesn't get to pick and choose her patrons. If I were willing to protect her, with my status as the top courtesan, she could be a lofty artiste. But I'm not willing. Sylvia, I owe you nothing. Helping you is a kindness, not helping is my right. Sylvia's eyes widened. She couldn't believe it.
Clara. I'm only staying here temporarily. I'm destined to be an official's wife. If you lend me a hand now, build some good karma, I'll pull you up in the future.
Her tone turned contemptuous.
Besides, you're already tainted. Helping me is nothing to you. Why refuse?
Before she could finish, I slapped her across the face. I'd help any girl in this house, anyone at all, but you. You're not worthy. I stared at her instantly reddened cheek. My voice was ice. Now, get out. Soon, everyone in the brothel knew Sylvia and I were at odds. Although Madame Rosa wanted to cultivate Sylvia, I was ultimately the house's cash cow. After weighing her options, she gave up on making me pave the way for Sylvia. At first, patrons flocked to this aloof, talented beauty. But as time passed, an untouchable beauty loses her appeal. Madame Rosa wouldn't indulge Sylvia. She promptly put Sylvia's name on the board at the Crimson Lotus. Highest bidder wins.